Is sex a necessity? Is it necessary in building a relationship?
I don't believe in sex when it comes to building relationships, except for marriage relationships. It is very, very necessary.
Okay.
At a dating stage, at a courting stage, I don't believe in it. Okay, I don't support it. Reason is because, sex, I see it as an ingredient for love, meant for marriage relationships.
What are those key elements, those signs that yes, we should have this in healthy relationship? It should be involved. What are those things?
So I'm a girl. I like this hunky body built guys. I would want a man that is dark.
Aww.
I would want someone that appears neat, especially when it comes to you dressing well. I would also want someone that is beardy and of course has hairs. I would want someone that is tall. So that's my physical preferences. Yes, when it comes to choosing my man. I think I heard of a couple who got married. The next morning, the girl wanted to use a toothpaste on her brush, and then she pressed the paste from the middle
for air.
And the guy said, no, if you want to use a paste, you have to use from the tip end to push forward to get the paste out of the tube. That alone brought fights, and then like, no, you are insulting me, I can't do. Is it because I'm in your house?
Wow.
I can't take this rubbish and all of that. I'm off. You're not doing this anymore.
Hello viewers, it's good to have you all here once again in a life transforming podcast, Uproot the Issue podcast, reaching you at this hour. Of course, what we try to do is to offer you lasting solutions to the problem by actually engaging our thoughts in a conversation which may provide solutions to the daily problems you encounter in life. And so the issue we are actually addressing today borders on personal growth and development, which is the necessity of sex in a relationship. And so, have you been in a relationship? Or are you in a relationship? Or you're about to enter into a relationship? Do you think sex is necessary? Or you really believe that your relationship should be devoid of sexual activity? Why not get ready and join us as we start this conversation? Of course, I am your host, Ekemini Ekwere, and I'm not doing this alone. I have a relationship therapist here with me. I would love her to introduce herself.
Hello, my name is Uyai Udofia. I am a relationship therapist. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a public speaker. And I'm a radio presenter.
Wow, when public speakers meet. Thank you very much, Miss Uyayabasi. So, the whole idea about sex is, I believe, before we discuss everything that has to do with the necessity of sex in a relationship, we have to look at what is the sex. What does it really mean? So most people take it as a product of pleasure, while people see it really deep down pleasure, satisfying the flesh. So what is sex, please? Let's have your own perspective about that.
Okay, basically, I see sex as you sharing yourself. This part of you are using it to share with someone else, and that sharing, that act is love.
Wow.
Okay, so it goes beyond you pleasuring yourself, and at the end there is orgasm, and you feel good. Of course, physically you should feel good, but then there is more to sex. It's in marriage relationships, they don't call it sex, they call it love making. Yeah, you are sharing your part of you with your partner.
Wow.
Yes, that's what sex is.
So talking about the marriage relationship, how about these ones that the single brothers and sisters in the house do? So how is that called? So can we call that one the sex? Wow.
They are eating big men's food.
Okay, so let's swiftly move into the necessities here in a relationship. I just believe that every relationship is a product of priorities. So, but at the same time, I think there are things you should have in a healthy relationship. There are some signs that you could possibly identify in a healthy relationship. So, what are those? Key elements, those signs that yes, we should have this in a healthy relationship. It should be involved. What are those things?
Okay, so I, myself, yourself, and you out there, you know who you want. You know what you want. We all have preferences. Let's start from the physical aspect. So I'm a girl. I like this hunky body built guys. I would want a man that is dark. I would want someone that appears neat, especially when it comes to you dressing well. I would also want someone that is beardy and of course has hairs. I would want someone that is tall. So that's my physical preferences. Yes, when it comes to choosing my man. You should be a bit muscular.
I'm impressed now. I don't have beard already. I made up what you've just. I'm dark. But I don't have any beard. So maybe I'll walk.
You're not tall. Are you tall?
Are you serious? Okay.
So that's preferences when it comes to the physical aspect. I believe you may have something even better than how I've described my ideal man to be, and you should have, of course, some some men would be like, she should have the upper and the lower side.
Yes,
she should be balanced. She should be shapy. She should be fair. She should have flesh. I mean, she should be thick, not me that is skinnier. So that could be the physical aspect.
Okay.
I started with preferences because when it comes to healthy relationships, I tell a lot of young persons to choose your partner, to choose your man and your woman. Go for your preference. At least meet your 60% to 70% aspect of your preferences, please, because it's going to be a problem when you want a man who is tall but you are with a man who's short. It's going to be a problem when you want a man who is dark but you're with a fair guy. You will be seeing a dark guy and you will be like, I admire this person.
I'm so proud to be a dark guy.
I admire this person. And then it's not healthy for your partner if he gets to find out that you're not comfortable with him. So you find out your preference and you go for it.
Wow. But when you were mentioning preference, you talked about the physique. You don't also
I started
to the inner,
I'm going there. That's for the. I started with the physical because most persons they see the outward part to look into
the inward.
Yeah. You need to be comfortable with the person physically. If not, you may not be sexually attracted to the person, and that's very necessary in a relationship. Okay. So if you're not sexually attracted to the person, you won't be comfortable
with the person.
Yeah, and what will happen to the place of intimacy? So that's really, really important.
Okay.
And you need to also know what you want your partner to be, who you want your partner to be, principles, perception. Do you need a man who is romantic? Okay, do you need a man who is very caring? Do you need a man who's sensitive? There are some men who could be very caring, who could be very sensitive, but their perception
About
is
particular thing, it's just
about life generally could not be compatible with you.
Sure.
And that's going to be a problem. So you know what you want, and then when you know what you want, you'll be able to choose a partner. And then when it comes to necessities in a relationship, it won't be so hard you finding them. So if you're with someone who has a wrong perception about life generally, let's come to relationship. If you're with a man who doesn't believe he should be respecting a girl, you know, there's some men who feel like I am the man, I'm the head.
Yeah.
So your opinion doesn't really matter.
Yeah, they make you feel condescending of yourself.
Yes, they just feel you have a place that you should be there when it comes to decision matters and they want it. But that's wrong. We are partners. We are relating. Okay, we should be able to come to an agreement when it comes to decision making. So if you don't have these preferences, if you don't have who your partner should look like, finding these necessities will be very hard. Also, if you cannot, a part of another necessity, I mean, is you having a partner who can defend you, who can support you, can encourage you, who can endure with you. I mean, who can protect you.
At least,
yeah. You need someone you can, because if you don't have, if you don't feel secured that you could go out and then you have a problem, you still have a partner who will come and choose you even when everyone is against you. That's what a healthy relationship is all about. Or a partner whom you, if you have a project, should be able to
advise,
support, to push you. So you're not just, as a girl, you're not just choosing a man. In fact, let me not be talking to girls. As a man, you're not just choosing a woman who will allow you to fly. I say this every now and then. You're choosing someone who will help you to fly. Okay, so let's say I'm a coach. I have a man. He's allowing me to do my coaching stuff, but is he helping me to coach well? That's what I'm trying to talk about. There. Yeah. So you also need someone who will trust you, who you will trust, because security is
I think that's a problem in a relationship.
Security is very, very necessary when it comes to relationship. Because if you don't feel secured, do you know that lack of trust can kill love itself?
Seriously?
It's very powerful. If you do not trust your partner enough, or your partner doesn't trust you, it can kill love. It's very, very possible. Wow. It can kill it can kill love, because you would tell your partner this is it. Your partner will tell you no. So if 7 days in a week, 4 days, we are using 4 days to argue over a fight, and we have just 4 days, that's too short.
It's serious.
Because some couples could be very funny to the essence that, to the point that a fight could last even up to a week. They are still where is the time to love? That's so bitter, please. Where is the time to love?
Like they are investing the whole time in quarrels, misunderstanding, and the rest of the days they're just having. You can't even tell if they're having a good time to bond, to connect.
Yes, it's gonna be a problem. So you need to trust your partner. If you have insecurity issues, deal with it.
Wow.
Deal with it. It's very, very important. And you also have to be compatible.
Oh, compatibility.
Very important. So let's take for an instance, I'm a Christian.
Okay.
You are a Christian.
But we have strong Christians. We have.
That's where I'm going. We have many denominations when it comes to Christianity, and you have different beliefs. We have different doctrines, which sometimes I see them as dogmas.
Yeah.
Okay. So some persons are really, really so bonded with dogmatism, calling it doctrines to their denomination, and then it's affecting
The whole life.
the whole aspect of life. So let's say I'm a Christian, and I have this Christian guy too who doesn't believe in tithing. We are all Christians, right?
Yes.
He is a Christian, I'm a Christian.
Sure.
I believe in tithing. He doesn't believe in tithing. That will be a problem. Because to him, it will be like, you are wasting money in this aspect.
Oh.
Me, I am not wasting money. I'm saving my God.
Okay.
You know, and if we cannot have a balance in that aspect,
How much
it's going
more?
to be a problem.
Wow.
So that's where the place of compatibility comes
In a relationship.
in a relationship. And you can't tell me that you have someone who has lived 30 years of his life believing that there is no need for tithing, and you are just coming 6 months ago, you want to come and convince him to start tithing when he's holding his doctrine like a
You need to tie him to somewhere.
So that could be very difficult too.
Wow.
Oh, let's say there are some persons who believe you can eat and you can drop plates anywhere. I could come from a home this is not to say that your parents didn't teach you well.
Yeah.
But you know, this is maybe probably you had someone who was always doing that for you.
Yeah.
And me, I believe in eating and washing plates immediately. It's gonna be a problem, because that's when you turn me into a nagging girlfriend.
Oga, why are you keeping that plate? I don't understand.
I'll be pissed off, especially if I'm not that patient enough and you too, you're not willing to learn. It's gonna be a problem.
Wow. So when you were talking about a place of trust in a relationship, at the same time, I just believe that a relationship is a product of communication for commitment. So the process where we get to communicate, when we are communicating, that means we are trying to bring our thoughts on the table of understanding, mutual understanding on that matter, and we get to commit. So now, I want to understand, is it really important to know about the sexual status of your partner? Because I believe that this is one of the problems that we, the young ones, the adults in the society here, do witness in any form of relationship, be it courtship, be it marriage. You see, they will just get the relationship. You don't care to know if your guy is this guy that can't stay for a week without sex, or if the girl is a type that she doesn't just fancy the whole sex of a thing. So is it necessary to know that too?
That's the place of communication. You have to talk. So I see dating stage to be a time for you to interview your partner thoroughly. Of course, that's the sense, the idea of dating. You're getting to know him. You're getting to know her. Based on the gender, as the case may be, you're getting to know your partner. So you have to talk. You have to, if you're someone who doesn't believe in sex, you have to talk about it. You have to bring up conversations. That when you go out for dates, you're not just sitting across table, or let's say if you have money to spend, you're not just sitting across table I like you're beautiful, you're cute, you're handsome. You're throwing questions, open-ended questions. Sure. You're not just sitting there to go ask, what do you do for a living? Yes, of course, that's also important. But it goes beyond that. Even the slightest thing you may think is not important could be very, very important. So do not underrate anything. Because even the last thing as you using, I think I heard of a couple who got married. The next morning, the girl wanted to use a toothpaste on her brush, and then she pressed the paste from the middle, and the guy said, no, if you want to use a paste, you have to use from the tip end to push forward. to get the pest out of the tube. That alone brought fights, and then be like, no, you are insulting me. I can't do. Is it because I'm in your house?
Wow.
I can't take this rubbish and all of that. I'm off. You're not doing this anymore.
Is sex a necessity? Is it necessary in building a relationship?
On my opinion, it's based on you.
Based on me.
Based on you, based on what you want, based on what you believe. Okay? I don't believe in sex when it comes to building relationships, except for marriage relationships. It is very, very necessary.
Okay.
At a dating stage, at a courting stage, I don't believe in it. Okay? I don't support it. I don't support it. Reason is because, sex, I see it as an ingredient for love meant for marriage relationships. So we should respect it. We should respect it. It's for the married. Okay, so you may feel, how do I know if the person will be good in bed with me when I get married? Or
the little thing as feeling if your wife or your husband is a virgin, married.
Yeah, you have to talk about it. If you want to marry a virgin, of course you have to. Some people could be funny. They would tell you, I'm a virgin. I don't know anything about sex.
But when it comes to
please be careful of love bombers. That's someone trying to manipulate you into something you would regret. Okay, so there are better ways to find out if you are comfortable with the person. Wow. I'm not telling you to sin, but you could find out if the person gets erection. Okay. You could find out if you are comfortable about the person when it comes to, because I believe characters, my character, your traits cannot be hidden forever.
Wow. I
believe with time you would always tell me your true self. So if you tell me you can do without sex, Shebi, we are relating. We'll get to find out if you can do without sex or not. Because one way or the other, I will always find out if you are a kind of person that is sexually active.
Wow. So now I would love to call this a wrap. So in just a statement, what is your last sentence to the audience?
Okay. Young girls, there's some men out there who would still love you without sexual intercourse. So relationship is more than sex. There are some relationships that if they take sex out, there's no other thing that matters. So could we go back to the basics of what dating is all about? Could we go back to understand what relationship is all about? So we can have this right. A lot of men don't want to pay for a cow when the milk is already free.
Sure.
You're giving him back-to-back sex. Of course, he's not thinking of settling down soon. You are giving him everything he should expect in marriage. Why would I be in a hurry to go and marry when you are cooking for me, when you are giving me sex steadily, you are available, we are already doing it as husband and wife would do at home? So let's go back to the basics of relationship.
Wow.
Let's go back to the essence of relationship. It's all about companionship. It's all about support. It's all about encouragement. It's all about defense. It's all about commitment, your emotions. So let's go back to the essence of relationship, please.
Wow, this was a very transformative conversation moment. At the very first, I want to thank you, the viewers that have always been sticking to this very channel. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much, Miss Oyayabasi. And I would love to remind you, relationship is and may not necessarily be all about sex. What is important is compatibility and mutual understanding. Once you are with your partner, communicate with your partner, get to know your priorities. Until next episode, please remain safe. Your host, Ekemini Ekwere. Bye for now.